Well, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL is back. Week one basically just happened. We just have what's it called? We just have I believe the one game to go, which will be Monday Night Football. But basically, majority of the games have happened. We'll see if I might start recording on Tuesdays for the NFL Weekly show, but most likely I'll do what's it called? A roundup of the games that happened and then do a preview of the Monday Night Football game. So we're going to start off with Broncos versus Raiders. Only because that's the first game that's like the game that I actually watch this week. So yeah, Broncos versus Raiders. Let's get into it. Very tough loss for the Broncos as they lost the Raiders 17-16 at home. Uh, I believe we have, ever since the Raiders became the Las Vegas Raiders, we haven't beaten them in a while. So that's very unfortunate, but a lot of close games, yeah, a lot of close games, but at the end of the day, we didn't get it done. But yeah, what can you say? But yeah, let's get into the game right away. The way this game starts off with an onside kick, which is a nod to Sean Payton, what's it called, and his when he was with the Saints in the Super Bowl, he basically there was the famous onside kick, I believe, in the second half. I loved it personally. I loved it. I love being aggressive. I love how he was trying to set the tone early for his tenure as the Broncos head coach. I loved it. But yeah, unfortunately, due to a penalty, which I believe the player touched it a little bit too early, uh, even though we recovered the ball, yeah, even though we covered the ball, the Bronco player had touched it too early, so it did give the Raiders a short field advantage, which I believe they marched down all the way and what's it called and scored, which is very telling to see from my perspective because I believe they had like a fourth down and then they got it and then I believe it was like a long pass to Devontae Adams if I remember correctly. If, yeah, but yeah, outside of that, and then the Broncos, of course, received the ball, and they went back and answered what's it called with a touchdown of their own, but a sign to tell. Will Lutz missed his extra point, of course, and of course, if he had made that, the game would be 17-17, which the Raiders would then probably have gone to kick either a field goal or would have went to overtime. Like, actually, like, we don't know what would have happened if we did make it, but yeah. But yeah, and then the next quarter, basically time ran out. Next quarter came about. Broncos scored 7 points, and Raiders scored 3 points. Basically, then we were leading 13-10. And then both teams went into halftime, and that was like a slugfest in the third quarter because neither teams really did anything. So yeah, like I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's not like the game was basically even in terms of total yards. The Raiders had 261, the Broncos had 260, passing yards 200 to 166, rushing yards 61 to 94. Huge advantage, but yards per play 4.7 to the Broncos 4.5. But yeah, like the stats are basically telling you this was an even game. Uh, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, that this was an even game, and yeah, and then we go into the fourth quarter. This was very hard to watch, in my opinion. Raiders go down, and I believe they scored a touchdown. I forgot who caught the touchdown. Oh, Jacoby Myers. He had both their touchdowns. To be honest, he was cooking our. Well, he's like a second year player, Damari Mathis. Yeah, he was getting picked on all day, and he's gonna have to get used to that because on the other side of the ball, there is a guy named Pat Surtain. He's probably the best corner in the NFL when it comes to covering players and all that. And he did a very great job on Devontae Adams. Uh, but yeah, honestly, like you couldn't have like I want to like. There's so much things like this team is so frustrating in the way that you can like they were right there. How they didn't win makes no sense to me, but they were right there. But yeah, yeah, Jesus, man, this team actually very frustrates me a lot, man, watching them. But yeah, Raiders go down, score a touchdown. I believe there was like a penalty that extended the drive when they got the stop, which penalties really killed us in this game. But then Broncos got a field goal, and I believe they did also march. No, so on the drive that they went and got the field goal, I believe there was like the on the third down play, I believe Russ had like Brandon Johnson open, fired like he was on the move, so he stops, fires a ball right to Brandon Johnson, and there was like a number 5 on the Raiders came out of nowhere and stopped it. And very frustrating, bro. I feel like the Broncos were right there, bro. They did everything correctly, but they did not finish their job, bro. And if you get that touchdown right there, then the game is probably over, in my opinion. Like you give your defense confidence, like, hey, you know what? The team just gave us. Let's see, we ended up we would have probably got 4 points. They gave us 20 points. You know what? That's enough for us, bro. Like you don't then the Raiders would have to get it would have been like then the Raiders have to get a touchdown to win the game instead of just kneeling it or going or getting a field goal. But yeah, very frustrating loss, man. Let's talk about the players on the Broncos side because I'm not a Raiders fan, but I can. You know what? We'll quickly touch on the Raiders real quick. Jimmy G looked pretty good in my opinion. Like if you're a Raiders fan, Derek Carr. I don't know if it's a huge upgrade on Derek Carr, but I'm sure he's cheaper. And sometimes, but he knows the system with Josh McDaniels. Of course, that idiot. Let me stop. Josh Jacobs didn't look great. He only had 48 yards on 19 carries, which I believe is around 2.2 yards or something like that, if I remember correctly. And Jacoby Myers looked very good. He had 9 catches for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. He looked like a very good wide receiver number 2, in my opinion. And then the only problem with I would say is there's Hunter Winfield was nowhere to be seen. I don't know what's going on with him. Josh Jacobs did have 2 catches again for 23 yards. You got Austin Hooper involved with 1 catch for like 20 yards. But yeah, like I said, like they did their job. The only thing that I would say they could have ran the ball more efficiently, but I feel like they did a good job. There was that pick in the end zone, but like I said, you were going up against a very good defense, so I wouldn't like question it. Like I don't know how good the Raiders will be in terms of like their season wise, but I think they'll be an okay team. Like I feel like they'll be right there. I don't think they'll be like a number one or pick type of team, but they should be a good team. They have Devontae Adams, of course, who had 6 catches for 66 yards. Yes, he's the wide receiver number 1, but he was, of course, in fact, covered by what's it called? He was, of course, covered by he was, of course, covered by what's it called? Um, uh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just looking at something else. That's my fault. But yeah, he was of course covered by Patrick Sertan the second, so I wouldn't be too worried about him. I think he'll come good for you guys. He was still getting open. There's like a couple times Jimmy G could have had him, but of course, that did not happen. But yeah, let's get into the Broncos side of the ball. Let's start with the Russian side. Javante Williams, Samaje Perine, they look good for the most part. Combined for like I believe 93, 94 yards. Uh, can't really ask much more of them. Like for their attempts, like I feel like they did their job. The real problem with this offense lies with the wide receivers, in my opinion. This team cannot compete at the highest of levels that they want to have Samaje Perine be your leading receiver. Excuse me. Have Samaje Perine be your leading receiver. That cannot happen. You got a tight end and Adam Trotman be your second leading receiver. Cortland Sutton be your third with 32 yards. Brandon Johnson had 31 yards. Greg Dulcich before he left the game. Hopefully he can be back soon because they need him out there. Like he had 22 yards, and then you have little Jordan Humphrey with 11 yards and a touchdown. Marvin Mims had two catches for 9 yards. Javante Williams had four catches for 5 yards. Yeah, I feel like they kind of missed on some of those guys. Philip Dorsett had no catches. There was a catch that he had, but he went out of bounds. So of course, Jaleel McLaughlin had one catch for -7 yards. But yeah, this is the problem with the Broncos offense. Everyone wants to blame Russell Wilson. Everyone wants to blame the coach. Everyone wants to blame the running game. The problem is they had the most expensive wide receiver room after the Cardinals, and that was before and I believe that the Cardinals were first before they got rid of what's it called, DeAndre Hopkins. So now the Broncos are probably number one. You're paying Cortland Sutton. You're paying Tim Patrick Jr., who's hurt, of course, back to back years. Hasn't played a down since Russell Wilson has been a Bronco, by the way. And then you haven't even paid Jared Judy yet, and you already have the most expensive wide receiver room in the NFL. That tells me you're paying for mediocre talent right there. All right. So the thing that if I was the Broncos, I would get rid of one of Julius Sutton. Gotta go. Package him with a pick and go get you somebody that can like go to Seattle and see if they'll give you DK Metcalf. Go to I don't know. Go to would Tampa give you Mike Evans? Would like just go get someone that is a true wide receiver number one because there no Sean Payton can't be the person that has to draw the guys open every play. I know he's paid the big bucks and all that, but you can't expect him to do it every time. Russell Wilson can't keep running around waiting for his receivers to be open and they don't get open. All right, like sometimes you have to beat your own man, all right? And that's what the job of the wide receivers are, all right? And they're not doing that at the highest of levels. The what's it called? Jared Judy's a great man beater when he's on the routes and stuff like that, but he's not consistent in terms of being healthy, in terms of catching the ball all the time. He's not consistent with that. So he can't be your wide receiver number one. Cortland Sutton, the same thing. He can't consistently get open. He cannot consistently catch the ball at a great rate and stuff like that. And that can't be your wide receiver number one. Tim Patrick Jr., like the guy is probably a good guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. But he can't stay healthy. It might be time to cut bait with him. And if he wants to come back on a cheap deal on and then try to work something out, then that's fine. Let's do that then. But you cannot be paying like they haven't paid Jerry Judy yet. Like that doesn't make any sense to me, bro. And they still have the most expensive room, bro. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is you're paying for mediocre results. Look at like, bro. I'm sorry, bro. This just pisses me off, bro. But yeah, let's get into Russell Wilson. 27 for 34, 177 yards, two touchdowns, zero interception. From the eye test, he played great in my opinion. He did what Sean Payton asked him to do, in my opinion. He took what the defense gave him, hit his open receivers, hit his open, threw some guys open. Like he did his job. Like I can think of some throws that he wish he had back. I know there was a couple pass interferences that happened. Also, that he on the one deep play, like the one thing I would tell Sean Payton to do is open up the playbook a little bit more. That's it. Get Russ running a little bit more. Like give him one or two, like if you see like there's a drive like that's not going the way you want it to go, get get Russ a design run and especially in the end zone area because I feel like we need like when you're in the end zone you need to secure points. Like you need to get seven. You can't get three, especially with the way this offense is moving right now. You cannot get 3 points. All right, but yeah, Sean Payton just needs to open up the playbook a little bit more, and I'm guessing when Jerry Judy comes back, that will happen and things like that. But yeah, like I said, he didn't play bad, but they're paying him a lot of money. That's not 177 yards. Like that's not a top quarterback play right there. He needs to be better, of course. But at the same time, there's not much he can do. There's one more person I wanted to, and then let's talk about the defense real quick. Defense, and we got the special team. Let's talk on the defense. Defense, like you look at the points, they only gave us 17 points, right? You say that in the NFL, like you should be like, oh, then your team should have won, right? No, clearly the offense isn't that great. But yeah, the pass rush is nowhere to be seen, and I feel like Vance Joseph, you've been here for a while now. Like, not you were here before, and you were a defensive coordinator for a while now. You need to be able to design pressure if your team is not getting to it. Like, get some blitzing happening, bro. It makes no sense how Jimmy G was sacked 0 times, bro. 0 times. I know he's getting the ball out fast and all that, but you need to cause like you need to help your guys out. And then you have the Mary Mathis getting cooked on, and you don't give him any help. All right, the Raiders have two good receivers. Well, three, and if you want to count, what's his name? But for the most part, they have two good receivers. Double both of them. Who cares? Double both of them. I always see teams double both, like take our receivers away, but why can't we do that when we have the players? You got Justin Simmons, you got what's it called? You got Pat Certain. You don't even have to double both guys, right? Give Pat Certain one and he takes that away, right? That means you can afford to put two on your other receiver on the other receiver because Pat Certain by himself takes away that option for the other guy. So now, like you're just allocating three players to two receivers, and that's a good in terms of like math and stuff like that. That's a good matchup for you. All right, but like the I can't even really complain because the defense did their job in a certain way. Like they took away the like they got an interception. They only gave up 17 points. Like you should be winning this game, bro. Which is why this team is so frustrated. And the reason why they really technically lost this game is because of the special teams. Will Lutz miss an extra point. You make that extra point to 17-17. And then we of course earlier touched that the Raiders took a couple of knees at the end of the game. So if they really wanted to, they could have got a field goal if they needed to. But then we also missed a 55 yarder. And I'm sorry, Champagne, you gotta take credit for this, bro. You take blame for him. You brought him here. All right? Because we had Brett Maher. We had what's his name? I forgot what his name is, but Brett Maher, I saw him kicking long field goals for the Rams. He was in our camp. He was on our team, but you wanted Will Lutz. You traded for him after your old team said you didn't think like why would the Saints want to get rid of a good kicker? That makes no sense. But yeah, let's go to move on to another game, bro, because this is pissing me off. I'm kind of gonna go all over the place here. I'm just gonna go to the games that I did watch. Bengals and Browns, bro. Bengals, that offense look horrible. I've never been a fan of Zach Taylor, and I'm not gonna start being just because he took them to the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't believe he's that guy. That's gonna. They might need to get rid of him, in my opinion. And I know that sounds harsh and everything like that, but he is not the guy to take you to the next step. Like you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins. At the same time, bro, the Browns defense, you just gotta give them credit, bro. They went out there and they played the way they were supposed to. They locked everybody up. Jamar Chase had 5 catches for 39 yards. That you win. You win. You take that as a defense. Joe Mixon had 13 carries for 56 yards. You take that as a defense, in my opinion. Joe Burr had 14 passes for 30, had was 14 for 31 for 82 yards. You take that. That's great right there. That means your D line is working. That means your corners are working. That's good on the bounce side. Of course, on the offense, it didn't look that pretty. Nick Chubb, of course, looked great. One of the best running backs in the business. Uh, yeah, one of the best running backs in the business. 18 carries, 106 yards. Elijah Moore looks like he might be a good player. That he might be. I think they gotta give him some more looks. 3 catches for 43 yards. But Deshaun Watson, I guess that's an improvement from last year. He was 16 of 29, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I also believe he ran for a touchdown also. So yeah, that's an improvement for last year. But the same thing I said about Russell Wilson, you're paying these guys a lot of money. You want them to be the reason you're winning. All right. But yeah, the Browns. I said the Browns. The Bengals. They gotta get that shit fixed, bro, because they paid Joe Burrow a lot of money. All right, a lot of money. A lot of money. All right, shall we move on? All right, I guess we'll stay in the AFC and probably the game of the week, most likely. Actually, We'll touch on this game first. Ravens versus Texans. Very tough game for CJ. I can't talk for CJ Stroud in my opinion. 200 he threw for 242 yards. They didn't run the ball that well, but I kind of feel bad for the kid because he was going against the Ravens. Like I know their defense is not what it used to be, but like that's still a hard team to go against. Like that's a team that has vets all over the field that know how to play well. But yeah, if you're a Texans fan, I would say just give it time, bro. Give it time with CJ Stroud. He needs a couple more weapons. Yeah, I would say give him time. The offensive line has to play better. I think they were missing their left tackle. I'm not too sure. But on the Ravens side, Lamar Jackson didn't look too good. He had an interception. But yeah, the one thing you do have to, if you are a Ravens fan, that you're happy for is Zay Flowers. He looks great out there, bro. Like I didn't even know. Like I didn't watch much of their preseason, but he looked great out there. So that's a good pickup for them. It looks like they hit on a receiver. Odell looked all right. And what's it called the other guy that they had last year. Uh, I'm sorry, his name is blinked on my mind. But yeah, their wide receiver core looks good. I think they just got to put it all together. Unfortunately, J.K. Dobbins did get injured. So bro, that guy's been injured like back to back years, I believe, or something like that. But yeah, hopefully he can get back healthy. I think he misses a whole year or something like that. But yeah, hopefully he can come back healthy at some point. And then to the game of the week. 36-34, Dolphins beat the Chargers. Thank you, by the way, because if the Chargers had won, then I would have been more pissed off about the Broncos. So But yeah, it pisses me off because we could have been first in the division. I know it's only one game, but that would have been we beat a division rival, and then all your other teams have also taken losses. But yeah, in the division. But yeah, it would have been a good position to be in. But of course, we can't do it properly. But yeah, yeah, Tua, bro, Tua looks good. And I don't think there's a bigger cheat code than Tyreek Hill in football. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but the speed that this man possesses is insane, bro. And he knows how to run routes and stuff like that. And he's getting open. Like, if Tua had a great arm, bro, that offense would be unstoppable. That's the only thing holding the back. Like, you did, it's like Tua's still that guy. You don't know, but I can't even say shit about him, bro. He threw for 466 yards, three touchdowns, one interceptions. Bro, that's great for him, bro. Yeah, and they got a little bit of something from the running game with Raheem Mostert. But yeah, bro, that was a great game for from the Dolphin side. Again, thank you for being the Chargers because we needed that. I mean, I needed that. I needed that. Thank you. So I appreciate you, Dolphins fans. Thank you very much. Justin Herbert didn't look too bad. That's the thing with like Justin Herbert. I feel like he'll never look bad. Like he's gonna be that guy that you think like he'll never look bad, but he'll never look like he's not that guy. Like if you get what I mean, like you need him to be that guy. But yeah, he kind of reminds me of I don't want to say Matthew Stafford, but in terms of like his career in Detroit, like he's like you should be better with him, like for some reason, but you're not. But yeah, their defense, like they got shredded, bro. Uh, I feel like they should be way better than they are on defense, especially with the right. Like think about it, they have Brandon Staley, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, Santi Samuel Jr. They got a good front four, good linebackers in Kenneth Jr. Bro, they should be way better than they are, but yeah, thing man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Brandon Staley's a defensive coordinator too, so you can't even put the blame on anybody else but him as the head coach. I don't know why they didn't fire him when they had the chance, but looks like they're stuck with him now. And thank you for not going after Sean Payton, bro. Thank you. That's all I can say. But yeah, I think we got one more game that included an AFC team. Mm-mm-mm. Oh wait, you got two more games. Jags and Colts. Now, if there's a division that beats up on each other, I feel like it's this division, bro. Uh, bro, it makes no sense. Uh, sorry about that. But yeah, the Giants and Colts, bro. If there's one division that just eats up on each other, bro, outside the AFC West. I said AFC West. NFC West, bro. It's it's this division, bro. What is this division called, bro? Bro, what division are you in? AFC South. Bro, they just always beat up on each other. Whatever, whoever you think is gonna win, they never win. Whoever you think is gonna lose, they never lose, bro. But yeah, great game from both sides, in my opinion. You got what you wanted out of Trevor Lawrence in the offense. They put up big points. What's it called? Calvin Ridley looked great from coming back from suspension for a year now. Travis Etienne also looked great, and like I said, what's his name? The Trevor Lawrence also looked great. That he was out there making plays, moving around. It's so funny seeing being so mobile. Like you think of like a typical quarterback, bro. You think he's like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, but this guy can run, bro, and that like That's not fair. Let me just say that that's not fair that this guy has the ability to run and stuff like that. But yeah, on the Colts side of the thing, like I know they scored a lot of points, but I feel like their defense did pretty well in for the most part. Anthony Richardson, by the way, that guy is going to be a great player in this league. All right, but he needs to stay healthy. He had 10 carries for 40 yards. Way too many carries. Way too many carries. Five mats. Five mats. Unless, like, I wouldn't do more than five more design runs. And then if there's something that happens in the middle of the game where he has to break away and stuff like that, all right, then I get it. But five mats, bro, and he got hurt towards the end of the game. Hopefully he's fine because the Colts need him. My friend is a Colts fan, and bro, this man's been going through it for the past few years, bro. But yeah, I think they just gotta have faith. Make sure uh, they gotta calm down. They gotta have faith in the team that the team will produce. But yeah, they probably need, especially until Jonathan Taylor comes back. I do think when he comes back, that'll help them out a little bit. But yeah, the Colts can they should be able to make the playoffs, bro. They got a good defense. They got a good O line. They got good receiving options. Yeah, they should be able to make the playoffs, in my opinion. They're not a bad team. I don't know why everyone says that, but yeah. All right, so we got two more games. I include, bro. Why keep saying that? Three more games. Let's gonna some of these games I did not watch, but I was watching them for Red Zone, and then I had the main game, which was for I had the Broncos game as one of my main games, and I had the what's it called, the Ravens game as one of the main games, and the Seahawks game as one of the main games. But yeah, but so I'm just gonna give quickly my thoughts to what I saw, to what I read. Of course, I watched the highlights and stuff like that. But yeah, that of course that doesn't tell the whole story. But I do my job. I do my best. All right, y'all. So don't kill me. Saints. I like what I'm seeing. Michael Thomas is back. He looked great out there. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Yeah. Uh, the defense will always be good, bro. What's his name? Their linebacker, bro. I think his name is Demario Davis, bro. I like that guy, bro. He's fiery, bro. There was a run play that Derrick Henry had, but this man had no fear, bro. Went straight after him, and then everyone else that came after that, bro. Like those guys play for each other. You can see like that. That's a good team. Derek Carr looked all right. I do think Derek Carr looked all right. What's it called? Chris Olave looked good out there. Had 8 catches for 112 yards. But yeah, the like on the Saints side, they should be making the playoffs, bro. They're not in a great division to yet. I got the Saints winning the NFC North, I believe. Yeah, I got the Saints winning that division. They got two rookie. Well, basically, they got who the Panthers, I said Hawks, Falcons, and Panthers, Falcons, and Tampa. Yeah, I got them winning that division, bro. It's definitely between them and Tampa, bro. But yeah, you got basically two teams that have like a rookie quarterback in what's it called? I'm considering Desmond Ritter as a rookie quarterback because he hasn't been playing that much. But yeah, whoa. But yeah, I am considering him as a rookie quarterback in my opinion. But yeah, but in terms of on the Titan side, Ryan Tannehill might be cooked, yeah. I'm sorry to say it, but he might be cooked. Uh yeah, he did not look good out there. I'm surprised they didn't chuck Malik Willis out there. But yeah, even bro, I know D Hop is regretting going to the Titans, bro. It didn't make sense to me why he went there. I guess it was for the I don't know if they gave him the most money or what, bro, but it didn't make sense to me that he went there. But yeah, I know he definitely regrets that decision. Especially if I was bro, like I would have probably took less and went to a different team, bro. Like he would have been a great option for my Broncos. Damn it, man. But yeah, you live and you learn, right? Derrick Henry looking still big as fuck. Uh, but yeah, he looked all right. I can never judge Derrick Henry because he's one of the running backs that he'll be. You can shut him down for 3 quarters, and then you give him 3 carries in the fourth quarter, and he goes off, bro. Like so, you can never. You never know with him, bro. But yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's looking scary out, Titans. It's looking scary for y'all, man. Patriots versus Eagles. Mac Jones. My friend, I never believed in Mac Jones. I don't think he's that guy. But yeah, the Eagles, I guess they looked all right. Uh, the Eagles are such a weird team, bro. Like they're talented everywhere. It'll definitely be very fun. I didn't really watch this game this closely. I know it was going back and forth, and they got the pay. I said they it, yeah, it was kind of back and forth. Well, the Eagles had gone out to big league, I believe, and then the Patriots stormed back in the game. But yeah, bro, yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not a believer in Mac Jones, but yeah, that's all I gotta say, bro. On that game, boy, what game shall we move on next to? I guess we should just move on to this game because as a New Yorker, bro, I'm sorry, but the moment they gave Daniel Jones that contract, we own you, bro. The thing is that now they did this twice with him. Once the first time is they moved up in the draft, or they did some dumb shit like that to go and get him. When they could have stayed exactly where they were and they could have got him too, right? Or I, or it's not that they moved up or they just drafted him too high. He would have been there at a lower pick, right? That pissed me off, but right. And then they refused. They didn't even want to pay Saquon, but they gave Daniel Jones all this money and stuff like that. And at the bro, that team is just a mess, bro. And it's been a mess since Eli was there, bro. Odell and them kind of papered their cats a little bit, but that team, bro, it's so frustrating to watch, bro. The offensive line wasn't great at all. I believe they gave up 7 sacks. Bro, I mean, shout out to the Cowboys, bro. I mean, I feel like they always have these type of games once a year, where they just go off on a team. But I know Michael Parsons has been talking a lot. He's been saying we want to be the best defense out there and stuff like that. I mean, that's the way to go about it, bro. That's the way you go about it. You embarrass your team, bro, especially one of your division rivals, bro. Good job, bro. I can't really say much to that. I don't think Dak and them had much to do, bro. I think before they even got the ball, it was like 20 something. Bro, that shit was insane to me, bro. But yeah, let's move on to the Panthers and Falcons. Bryce Young kind of made a couple of mistakes. I feel like I think he was a, he made the same mistakes twice, and I believe that's how they got a couple picks off that. Bijan Robinson, I believe is his name, the running back for the Falcons. He looked great out there. Was getting shifty. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this game. Just that the Falcons. I don't know where if Desmond Ritter is that guy, but yeah. But I do think the Panthers just need to have faith. Keep building around Bryce Young. The same for Houston. Keep building around CJ Stroud, and I do think they'll be all right. I do think those guys have the ability to be franchise quarterbacks. Since for the coach also. The coach, I'm expecting a little bit more from them because they have a better team. But yeah, that's the only reason why. But yeah, let's move on. Oh, what game shall we talk about next? Another blowout. 49ers Steelers. The 49ers look like the best team in the NFL right now, bro. The running game works. Brock Purdy looks good. The defense is great. They were out there flying. Christian McCaffrey, I'm sorry, but whoever let him go to San Francisco, bro, you're a fool, bro. Giving that guy this Kyle Shanahan, bro, come on, bro. That's like a fucking cheat code, bro. But dang, yeah, I think they look good out there. Steelers, Kenny Pickett's not it, bro. Like they, bro, I'm like they're like a team that's been forever. They've just been around, but I think this is like the year they miss the playoffs. They get below 500. Like, but when I say this and then watch them win 8 games or 9 games somehow, bro. Watch, bro. I'm telling you, Mike Tomlin is a good coach. I still believe in him. I wouldn't fire him. There's a good quarterback class coming up. I don't think you should be. They got a good receiver core. They got an okay defense. They got some players on the defense. But I think what they need to do is go get one of those quarterbacks coming up, whether it's Shador Sanders, whether it's Caleb Williams, Drake May, whoever, bro. Excuse me. But yeah, go get one of those guys, and I think you'll be good for the future. Packers versus Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, the Packers have done it again. They have somehow found a quarterback again. It's actually baffling how they do this, bro. Have you heard this story before? Packers draft a quarterback. They sit him behind a Hall of Fame MVP level quarterback for a year. The next year, the quarterback wants to leave. One of the older quarterback leaves to go to the Jets, and guess who comes up? Another franchise quarterback, and that's what's happening again right beyond before our eyes. Yeah, Jordan Love looked great out there. He didn't even have Christian Watson, I believe. I believe that's his name. But yeah, they look great out there, bro. They were dominating. Aaron Jones moving crazy. That's the type of player that the Broncos need. A bro, somebody that can home run speed, bro. That's what we're lacking, bro. Like I was just thinking about it right now, but yeah, Romeo Dobbs look good for them. All right, let's get into the Bears side of things, bro. Justin Fields, I don't know if we can keep defending you. Uh, I know you're going against a good defense, a division rival, and all that, but bro, you gotta be better, bro. I feel like he's still making some of the same mistakes he did year one, staring down receivers. Like you gotta, bro. Like, that's stuff like he didn't do in college, so I don't know why he think it would work in the NFL, which doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, bro, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This team had the number one pick for a reason. That's all I will say about the Chicago Bears. All right, I know they got Darnell Mooney. They got what's his name from the Steelers, bro. This team had the number one pick for a reason. All right, Chase Claypool, you got bro 0 catches. Did he even have a target? I don't know if he had any targets, but bro, damn, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I don't know what's going on uh the with the Bears. But who was the Bears pick, bro? Who did the Bears draft this year? Oh no, right, bro. Bro, I'm looking at these and it doesn't look like a great uh okay, so I'm looking at it now. They drafted a tackle out of Tennessee, a defensive tackle out of sorry, a defensive tackle. They got a cornerback. They got another defensive tackle. They got another running back, a wide receiver, a linebacker. Oh, Noah Sewell. I was wondering where he went. thing. Okay. They got another defensive tackle. They got another cornerback and they got another DB. Yeah, bro, this team is not gonna be great, bro. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Yeah, this team had the number one pick for a reason, and they might just be drafting there again this year, bro. But yeah, let's go. I think this is the last game that's been played that we haven't talked about outside of the Chiefs game. I'm not really gonna talk about that because I didn't really watch it. I was at work, so yeah. Well, wrong game. Seahawks versus uh Seahawks versus uh okay, Seahawks versus Rams. All right, bro. I was watching that game, bro, and I was in a certain group chat or chat. If you know, you know. All right, and I was just saying, what happened to the Rams, bro? Because they did not look good for a lot of that quarter. But as what always remains, the the Rams own the Seahawks, and it will be like that until as long as Sean McVay is there and Pete Carroll is the head coach, bro. Bro, I don't think any man has his number like that, bro. And it makes no sense, but hey, bro. The Seahawks of lost. They got beat. There was even a play Geno Smith was screaming, "Oh my god," when he looked at Aaron Donald running at him, bro. It did not look good for them, bro. It did not look good, but yeah. Hopefully they can get that sorted out. Cause yeah, bro, they lost their two tackles. Their defense looked bad as always, bro. I don't get how Pete Carroll's supposed to be the defensive coordinator, defensive guy, bro, but then it can't fix his defense. Like it's his defense at the end of the day. He has a defensive coordinator, but it's his defense at the end of the day. Like you're in charge of that. I don't care if you don't call the plays. I don't care what like you hired them. How many offensive coordinators have they had now? How many defensive coordinators they have now, bro? At some point, Pete Carroll, it might be time to retire, buddy. All right, all right. I know you had a good year last year. Oh, you guys weren't supposed to compete and all that. Oh, Russ was. You guys look like the winners in the Russ trade, which I believe will see that turnaround. But yeah, Pete, it's time to retire, bro. All right, you're not getting any younger. You're not getting any better. Your team is doing worse year by year. Yeah, bro. Like I don't know who you expect to save you this time. Russ is not there. The Legion of Boom is not there. I know you brought Bobby Wagner back, but that brother's old too, bro. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that, bro. But yeah, um, yeah, bro. That team is always getting owned by the Rams. Matthew Stafford looked great, bro. And I thought people were there was like him retirement rumors, him being washed, or that Stetson Bennett was gonna take over. But him and Sean McVay, bro, that's a great duo right there, bro. Like those two make each other work, bro. They understand each other and they know what they're doing with each other, bro. And I love that. I love that, bro. But yeah, so we are going to do a game preview of Bills versus Jets. I got the Bills winning this. Better offense, better defense. I don't. It'll be very interesting to see. What's his name? If I can remember, Stephon Diggs go against Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. I really like those two corners out of the Jets. I like their defense of Quentin Williams. We'll see how the offense looks. Daniel Hackett, you're a bum, by the way. I don't think I forgot what you did to my team. All right, you little bum. But yeah, we will see how this looks, bro. But yeah, I got the Bills winning this game. Yeah, I don't want to give a score predictions because every time I do that, it always ends bad. But yeah, So I don't know which but yeah, that's been it. But yeah, so I don't know which channel I'm uploading this on yet, whether it's to my RMD channel or the Off the Field podcast channel, but whichever one it is, I hope you guys subscribe to both. Good content is going to be coming from there. We're recording a new podcast today. A lot of stuff is happening. Yeah, so I hope you guys keep fuck with us. Like and subscribe. Share the videos with your friends. If you want to clip stuff up and post it on your TikToks, that's fine with us. But yeah, keep showing love. We appreciate that. And that's gonna be it for us today. But yeah, see you guys next week. Go Broncos. I'm not gonna say let's ride or that dumb shit or that corny shit. But yeah, yeah, hopefully you guys get some W's. Enjoy some W's this week. But yeah, hopefully your team won this week. You can guys enjoy the W. And I'll say this: the worst thing about the NFL, bro, there's only so many games. Like there's only 17 games. There's a week between them, and that's what makes you want to crave the game so bad. So when you lose, your whole week is shit. But when you win, your whole week is great. But yeah, my week's been shit so far. But yeah, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We trying to upload this today for you guys. But yeah, love. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week Monday.